Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Planty Pants. This is Brenda, coming to you a couple of days before Valentine's Day with a special happy heart-filled Valentine's edition of my favorite plants, Valentine's Day 2023. And you know, I have to tell you, I have, as many of you know, hundreds of plants, and it's really hard for me to pick my favorites. So what I did was, over the last couple of days, just walk around the house and be cognizant of which ones make me stop and look twice and touch and look and touch. So I did that, and I picked 6 or 7 of my favorite plants right now. A couple of them actually have red flowers right now, which is pretty freaking handy. But anyways, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, I do all plant videos and I talk a mile a minute. I'm sorry, I'm going to try to slow down right now for your first time watchers. Anyway, these are my favorite plants right now, the ones that are bringing me love, which I love my plants. So Valentine's Day is not just, it doesn't have just to be about people, it can be about your passions in life. And one of my huge passions is plants and helping them to grow. So some of these are not spectacular, but they're my favorites, and they're bringing me a lot of joy right now. So here we go. Number 1. Number 1 is this beautiful Cebu blue Pothos. Now I have another Cebu blue in my dining room that's enormous, and it's like covering up a whole window, and it's huge. But this one, for some reason, sits on a shelf. Look at this. Sits on a shelf just outside of my IKEA cabinet, so it's getting also the light from the cabinet, which I know is true. That's what's happening. And just the colors of these leaves of this Pothos brings me joy. Look at the blue. This definitely has a hue of blue, and I find that so gorgeous. And this, you guys, is so easy to grow. And I don't see them very much in big box stores, to tell you the truth, around right now, but they have all kinds of other cool stuff, but not so much Cebu blues, but they're super easy to grow. And as you can see, they climb. Actually, you can tell that I just cut this one off, and the new growth is coming. They're so super easy to grow, and they're so beautiful. But this one, I don't know, I walk by it all the time, and I just have to look at it and touch it, and yeah, Cebu blue Pothos, people. If you do not have one, you should get yourself one. Super easy to grow, and they grow fast, and that is a bonus in my book. Okay. Number 2. All right, number 2 is my little Alocasia silver dragon. Now this plant, I mean, it's one of my favorites because I can't stop looking at the leaves. I can't not look at them. I can't not touch them. This one is still hardening off. That's why it's still the lighter green color. But this plant, to me, is absolutely gorgeous. And I really wanted to add this to my collection, and I really couldn't afford it. So I found like a really juvenile one. I feel like it only had like a leaf. But it was rooted. It wasn't just a node. It was rooted, but oh my land. This is the 3rd leaf. I think it had 1 leaf. So this is the 3rd leaf. So it's growing relatively fast, and that makes me happy, but I can't stop looking at this one. I can't stop looking at this one. I mean, Alocasia. And honestly, you know what? I've had this for a while now because it's taken that long to give me, 3 new leaves. This has not ever had spider mites. A lot of my Alocasias have, and I battle them on and off, but this one hasn't. Nor has my Maharani or Black Velvet. Those 3, I think, somehow have stronger mechanism against spider mites, because those 3 of mine have never had them. So anyways, yes, Alocasia silver dragon. Nice chunky aerated mix. Probably like every 10 days I give it a drink. But when I use a moisture reader on these, and I put it all the way down to here, because I want to know if it's wet. So, Alocasia silver dragon. Yes. Okay, number 3 is this beautiful little Monstera Adamsonii. Now this, as you can see, is actually 2 pieces in the pot. I think the reason I love Monstera Adamsonii mostly because of the fenestrations. I love that, but also because with a lot of Monstera and philodendron that have fenestrations and stuff, you have to wait until the plant's more mature to get the Swiss cheese look. But I feel like with Monstera Adamsonii and like the little mini Monstera, the Rhapsodorma tetrasperma that I was talking about last week, those just give you fenestrations right off the bat. And I just love the look of this plant. Now this I was trying to sell. You guys, with the pot and all, I'm trying to sell it for $8 in Maine. No one's interested. Just saying. That's fine. I want to keep it anyway. But I have another one. I have 2 others. So anyways, these are my favorite. This is in a spot where I look at it constantly, and it's growing so fast. And literally, like every week, when I go to feel if it needs water, she's turning right toward the sun, and I spin her around, and then she's looking at you just like this. It's like, hello. What is not to love about that? And these are super easy to grow too. So beautiful, you guys. Monstera Adamsonii. I am loving them. This is my beautiful Anthurium, and you know what? I'm not sure what the specific name is of this one, but this is just the kind that has the red flowers that used to be really common. I don't see them around very much right now, but this has been calling my attention to it because, as you can see, I've got some new growth in 2 different spots. I don't know if you can see the other spot or not. No, you can't. Anyway, and another reason why I love this one is because I feel like it's a very special Anthurium in that the flowers have an extra little leaf. Both of them do. I've never really seen that before, but I think it's super, super cool. And honestly, I never used to be a fan of this type of Anthurium because I thought the flowers were kind of, I don't know, unremarkable. But I have developed a kinship with this one. I just think it's beautiful, and I just love the flowers. Look, it's shaped just like a heart. The one on the bottom, you see it from the back? It's shaped exactly like a heart. Red heart for Valentine's Day. Anyway, these are super easy to grow too, and they're very forgiving, not very thirsty. I have this one in a chunky mix as well. But I think everyone should have an Anthurium. And honestly, these flowers, when they flower the season, they last for weeks. So that's really cool because I think it's really pretty. Looks like a heart in a heart. All right, so that's number 4. All right, number 5 is this gorgeous Epipremnum Plesimum. This plant has quite a history, and first of all, look at the leaves. I don't know if you can see this, but the leaves are actually silver and green, and they're perfect. I love them so much. I love this plant. I didn't even know what this was when I first bought it. I got it at a big box store years ago, and it grew to be so big that I separated it. I cut it in half and put it in 2 hanging pots, and when I did that, I really, really shocked it bad, and I lost so many leaves, and I had to start all over again with only a couple of pieces. So this is what's left of that big giant plant that I split to 2 plants, and I think it's just so beautiful, and it climbs. I don't know if you can see this, but it climbs. Here we go. See? It'll just keep coming up, and you can probably train it to go up, and it's got aerial roots. So I just think this is a beautiful plant. And super easy to grow, and I think it's gorgeous. Not a lot of plants have silver on them, and I think it's really pretty. and it grows fast, really fast. And yeah, it's one of my favorites right now. So I have it in a place where I see it pretty readily. So yeah, Epipremnum and Plesimum. I have a couple of other ones of these too, smaller ones here and there in the house. So I just think it's so beautiful. Almost done. Okay. Of course, right now, if you have an IKEA greenhouse cabinet, any kind of greenhouse cabinet, forget that. Even if your plants aren't in the cabinet, you're always looking at them, right? But my IKEA cabinet, I have to keep a close eye on it because I changed out the pegboards from the Scatus particle board ones to plastic ones, and I feel like there's so much more humidity in there now. And I think maybe it was because that pegboard was like wicking out moisture or something. I don't know. But anyways, it gets wet in there now, so I have to be careful of it. But anyways, this is where she is. And I got this beautiful Florida Ghost just as a node. A big, fat, beautifully variegated looking node that I bought on Etsy or something. And I've been showing you her from time to time in the last year and a half that I've had this channel, but she just put out this new leaf, and it just, I mean, it's, look at the petiole, hold on. Look at the petiole. Oh man, hold on, see if I can. It's got little hairs on it. But I love this plant so much, and here's why. Look at the leaves. Look at the progression of the leaves. The leaves. This one is almost like a light color green, but you can see little striations of darker color green in there. And as you go up, it gets a little bit darker. Look how beautiful this leaf is. I mean, that to me is absolutely gorgeous. And as you go up higher, they're a little bit lighter with the green. I mean, I had no idea that, I don't even know if this is the way they're supposed to look, but look right there. Oop. So, but these all started out white too. Now this is the very brand new leaf. I mean, she's super, super, super soft. But I love that. I love this plant. I love how well it's growing, and I'm so happy that I was able to grow it successfully just from a node. It took a long time, but once it started growing, once I actually got the first, you know, bud growth, that's all it took. Look at all the aerial roots. I'm super excited about this, but this is a Florida Ghost, and I love her very much. She lives in my IKEA cabinet. I think she's super easy to grow. Super easy to grow. She loves that humidity in there, and yeah. So there we go. Florida Ghost. And I think I just have one more. Okay, I lied. I have two more. This is also one of my favorites right now. I love them. Look at the leaves. Kalia Pepperonioides. The reason why I love this plant so much, and I always have loved this plant, is because I absolutely love lily pads and the flowers that grow. I guess maybe there's some sort of lily, but just this big, beautiful, flat surface, and I just love that look. And so this reminds me of little lily pads, and this is actually a baby that came off of a larger plant that I have, and I have her in Pawn, and she's doing pretty good. She's grown. I put her in here when she was pretty small, but it's so beautiful. I just love these. They like to be relatively moist. Mine do. I feel like this is a succulent, but you know what? This one likes to be moist, or it stays pretty moist, and it's doing great. Actually, my other one, I water my other one every single week too, my bigger one, the mama plant. So, but if you don't have one of these, I think you should try to find one, because They're easy to grow and they're really cool. And I almost feel like they're like a conversation piece. If somebody came walking in a room and just saw this sitting there and would just say, wow, is that real? Man, that's a cool plant. I'm just kidding. That's what I would do. Anyway, okay. Kalia Pepperonioides. You should have one. Okay, last but not least, grateful, is my cute little lipstick plant. Now, I got this at a greenhouse. Oops. I got this at a greenhouse with the gift certificate that my daughter got me for my birthday. And I feel like and it's only in a little pot right here, you guys. It's in a little pot inside. It was a little tiny plant. But look how much it's grown. And as right now, as you can see, her flowers are, oops, I'm going the wrong way, in full bloom. Actually, quite a few have already died off. Yeah, really, really beautiful flowers. And we have another one. We have more down here. Another one right here. So this is absolutely one of my favorite plants because, for one, she just really grows fast. And I have to turn her around. Some of my hanging planters have like a little area right here that allows it to pivot and turn. This one doesn't, so every week I literally have to turn it around because she'll go toward the window. So yes, my beautiful lipstick plant. Red flowers to celebrate Valentine's Day. Hey, this will be a really good gift for those of you who, you know, your significant other, your wife, your partner. What a great Valentine's gift. Look, red flowers. And they won't die. They'll just come back next year. Anyway, lipstick plant. That's my last one. So I showed you all the plants that I'm in love with. So I showed you all the plants that I am currently in love with. But I'm in love with so many more. However, I had to pick a few just to share with you because they just bring me so much joy all the time. And I know that your plants bring you joy too. So that's pretty much it for this video, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed watching and just checking out the plants that are making me smile these days. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I ask that you consider doing so. It would really help me out a lot. And to like this video, and please give me your feedback on how you think I'm doing. I'm still pretty new at this, and things are going really slowly for me, but I'm enjoying making the videos, and I am grateful that you took the time to join me today. So if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. And until the next video, please take care of yourself, take care of each other, and God bless.